Today is March 14, 1998. So today we will going to discuss about combination of Cetasika, Citta, and Citta Cetasika. Here, Sambayoga method, we have two methods here. Sambayoga method and Sangha method. Oh, very interesting, but a little harder. Sambayoga method is mean here what mental factors arise in what type of consciousness. We already studied about 52 mental factors and 89 type of consciousness. Here's what mental factors, arise in what type of consciousness. So we will study one by one. That's why I told you, just all mental factors, 22, all consciousness, 89, is the materials thing, to build a building. So we need this material. So when we cannot memorize these materials, very hard, for the next chapter. So here we combine with combination this Cetasika and Citta. Yeah, last week we already studied about 52 kind of mental factors. So today we'll start this Sabha Citta Sadharana. So Sabha Citta Sadharana, you already know that, right? So the universal mental factors 7. All this Sabha Citta Sadharana, this all Cittas here. All Cittas means this common to every type of consciousness. Wherever the consciousness arises, this Sabha Citta Sadharana, the universal mental factors, arise all the time. Right? It's very easy, this one. So at least, when the eye consciousness arises, now you hear me, what I'm talking about. Ear consciousness arises. At that moment, the Sabha Citta Sadharana, the universal mental factors 7, just arise together. Right? So every type of consciousness, that's what we call universal mental factors. So you see here, about here, any one of these consciousness, when it arises, this the Sabha Citta Sadharana, universal mental factors, arise all the time. Clear, right? Now we go to Vitakka. Vitakka is we have the second group, right? It's the occasional mental factors 6, right? Vitakka, Vichara, Adhimokha, Viriya, Piti, and Chanda. We already know that. 6, right? We call occasional 6 or particular 6. Among 6, this occasional mental factors, the Vitakka, initial application, right? These mental factors arises in 55 types of consciousness. 55 types of consciousness. You can look at the chart. See here, right? This chart. Use this chart also. Very, very easy to. So here's a Samba Yoga. Just do like this, you know. You see, Vidaka, what was kind of the consciousness show here? 55. What are they? Know that, right? See that, right? Here, Sabba Chitta Sadharana, 7, right? This 2 is the first row. See that? The first row here. All the Chitta arise there. 89 type of consciousness in briefly. In roughly 121, right? Okay. Now second one, Vidaka. Vidaka here is how many? 55, right? 55. What are these though? You can start study by yourself also here. What are these? 55. Here I will give you the method to easy to remember. 55. What are the 55? Look at here, 55. So how many Kama Vajara Chitta we have? Sense sphere consciousness? 54, right? 54. 54. Here, excluding Jaku, Vijnana, eye consciousness 2, ear consciousness 2, Gana consciousness 2, Chiwa consciousness 2, Kaya, just body consciousness 2. This 10 type of consciousness, what we are called, twice 5-4 consciousness. And also we call it their name as sense impression consciousness. 10, right? 10. This 10. Excluding this 10 consciousness, that remains Kama, how many? 44, yes. 44.
Where are those 10 on here?
Yes. Just that, you know. So later on, you can do it later on, easy. Now it's very easy to remember, as I tell you. Yeah, Dvibanja Vinyana. They call Dvibanja Vinyana. In English, they call twice 5-4 consciousness. Now 5-4 is here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But twice this 5 pair, right? Yes, yeah. So excluding these 10, there remains 54. And here, first jhana, 11. See, this first jhana, this Rubhavachara, first jhana, right? This first jhana, 3, this is wholesome, this is resultant, this is functional, and also here, Lokta Supramandan consciousness also, this first jhana, this Magga 4, this Phala 4. That's why from here, this row, we call first jhana 11. Right? First jhana, consciousness 11. 44 plus 11, 55. That's the Vitaka arise in this consciousness. So if you look at the charts, for the answer is easy, but for memorizing easily is the way I tell you right now is more easy. Okay, Vitaka arises in 55 type of consciousness, right? Excluding the Dvibanja Vinyana, 10, so sense sphere consciousness, 44, and plus first jhana consciousness, 11, so together 55. Okay, 55. And now we go to Vichara. Vichara, sustained application. Sustained application made easy, right? In those 55 and plus second jhana 11. second jhana 11, 66 type of consciousness. Right? "55" the same with the Vittaka, right? Just at second jhana 11, the 66 type of consciousness. And go to Sapiti. Oh no, I'm sorry. Adhimokha.
How come they don't put it in the order of same as with the jhanas? Vittaka, Vichaka, Vitisukha, Ekagga.
Oh yeah, this
How come they don't put it in that
yes, here's the, we don't put it like that, because the way they associate with the consciousness are different. But as the jhana factors together, together. But it's this Vittaka sometimes actually with the akusala, unwholesome consciousness too. It's not only jhana, right? This Vittaka, in high development as a meditation, become jhana, become magga, phala, right? They associate with the sublime consciousness, Subramanian consciousness. And this Vittaka, when you kill someone, this Vittaka arises too. That's why we cannot make it orderly, so different. So adhimokha decision, we make decision about adhimokha. The adhimokha mental factor arises in 78 types of consciousness. 78, right? Look at the chart, 78. See that, right? 78, adhimokha, 78. So, 78 is made easily, do it like this, Adhimokha decision, Vicikiccha cannot make decision, doubt, right? Vicikiccha. Where's Vicikiccha? This one. Excluding this Vicikiccha and Dvipancha Vijnana 10, excluding 11, the rest, how many? 78. So, this is Adhimokha.
Mohamula right down here is the same as.
Oh no, that's yes.
What's the other word? Vichikika. It's the same?
No. Vicikiccha here. Here, Vicikiccha. This means adhimokha arise in this uddhacca, but it's not in Vicikiccha, because their nature are different. Vicikiccha cannot make decision, Vicikiccha doubt, right? This adhimokha is make decision. When their nature is different, they cannot stay together, they cannot associate together. But they can associate is moha, this for uddhacca, restlessness. The decision can, arise. So, excluding 11, right? Vicikiccha and Dvipancha Vijnana 10. That remains all consciousness. This adhimokha arises. And virya, effort. Virya. This virya arises in 73 types of consciousness. 73 types of consciousness. This 73 what is 73? 73, look at the chart. Virya 73. Here, excluding Dvipancha Vijnana, right? Sambadhijana and Sandirana, see? Panja Dwara Vajana. See that, right? So here 73, excluding Panja Dwara Vajana. 5 sendo adverting consciousness, right? And Dvi Panja Vijnana, Sambhadichana 2 is means Sambhadichana 2, receiving consciousness 2, and investigating consciousness 3. How many one we deduct here? Panchadwara 1, Dvi Panja 10, so 11, Sambhadichana 2, 13, Sadhana 2, 16, right? So make it easy. Look at here. Look at here. Ahiduka, rootless consciousness, how many one we have here? 18, right? 18. This virya just rises in two here, the last one. Manodwara Vajana and smile producing here, mind or adverting and smile producing. Excluding this 16, right? Rootless consciousness. But easy, very easy, right? So this virya effort arises in unwholesome consciousness, 12, right? And ahiduga, rootless consciousness, the last one, 2, the last 2, right? Mind or adverting consciousness and smile producing consciousness. And beautiful consciousness. How many one beautiful consciousness we have? 80 or is the 59, right? 59. Yeah. Yeah. So 73. Yeah, very easy. Make it like that. Remember that, right? Virya arises in 73 types of consciousness. Right? Unwholesome consciousness, 12. And this Manodwara Vajana and Hasitu Bhadajita, 2. And beautiful consciousness, 59. Altogether, 73. And piti, joy, rapture. This piti arises in 51 type of consciousness. 51. See that, right? Chart. 51 type of consciousness. 51. 51 is very easy. Think about somanasa. Piti, rapture, somanasa, the nature is the same. That's why I cannot associate with displeasure feeling, cannot associate with new or indifferent feeling, should be somanasa. Look at here, somanasa here. Here, in unwholesome consciousness, somanasa, 4, right? This piti arises with this 4. And look at the rootless consciousness, somanasa, 2. This investigating consciousness, accompanied by pleasurable feeling, right? And smile producing, only 2. Look at here. This Kamavajara, the Sobana, right? Or beautiful sense-view consciousness, 12. Okay, 12. Here, jhana. Look at, think about jhana factor. Here's they are vidaga, vichara, pidu, sukha, ekakata. The 5 factors for jhana, right? For the second jhana, you have vichara, piti, sukha, you have piti, right? The third jhana is the piti. But for the fourth, no piti here. Just the first jhana, 11, second jhana 11, the third jhana 11. So how many? Here's unwholesome consciousness, somanasa 4, ruleless consciousness, somanasa 2, 6, right? And kamavajara sobana or somanasa 12, 12 and 6, 18, 18, 18, and first jhana conscious 11, as the second jhana 11, the third jhana 11, 3 times 33 and 18, 51. That's the piti, Piti, this joint of mental factor, can arise with this 51 type of consciousness. It belongs to somanasa, but not all. Not all. This you cannot arise with this the fourth jhana. Why cannot arise? Yes, just sukha ekakata, no piti, right? If they have piti, cannot reach to this fourth jhana. Only first jhana, second jhana, third jhana. So when you remember all these things, it's very easy to find in the right way. Somanasa. Copy it. And you want to make sure you can look at your chart, very easy. And chanda, condition or desire. Desire arises in 69 types of consciousness. 69. What is 69? See? Chanda. Here, excluding moha too. Why? Moha, delusion. Chanda, desire. When delusion, you don't have any desire. So excluding moha mula 2 and ahiduka or ruleless consciousness 18. 18 and plus 2 and 18, 20. So except this 20, there remains or 69 type of consciousness. This chanda desire can arise. Right? Excluding moha 2, ruleless consciousness 18, there remains all consciousness, right? Chanda arise. Yes? Oh yes, yeah. That desire is, this desire is not have desire like this. We have desire. Desire wants to gain enlightenment. Desires to get into attainment. Different desire, Yeah, wholesome, unwholesome here, unwholesome too. Yeah, yes. That here we don't differentiate the wholesome, unwholesome. All the wholesome, unwholesome can arise with desire. Depend on your desire, So you have desire to steal someone's property. This unwholesome. This desire associated with this lobha. If your desire want to sit meditation, this wholesome consciousness, something like that, So chanda. Now we already study about anyasamana, right? Anyasamana, we call sabba citta sadharana 7. We have universal consciousness. This is vidaka, vichara, adhimokkha, viriya, piti, chanda, the 6. Because it's the occasional mental factors. The 7 and 6 plus 13, what we call anya samana. Right? Yeah? See that, anya samana. This anya samana is the equalist variable, 13. Or we can call it miscellaneous mental factors. We can term it. That's the first, the first page 1. Yeah. Right? So, these 7 universal consciousness are linked with every type of consciousness. And this the Vidaga, Vijara, Adhimokkha, Viriya, Piti, and Chanda, these are 6 occasional or particular mental factors are linked accordingly, wholesome or unwholesome depend. Now we go to unwholesome mental factors. How many one we have? Unwholesome mental factors. 14. Close, but close. That's very close. Okay, here. Moha, Ahirika, Anodapa, Utthaja. Because what do you call? This akusala. Unwholesome, universal. Wherever unwholesome consciousness arises, these 4 kind of mental factors arise all the time. Right? Moha, Hirika, Anodapa, Uddhaja. Moha is delusion, right? Ignorance. Ahirika, shamelessness. Anodapa, fearlessness. And Uddhaja, restlessness, So these 4 types of mental factors arise with every unwholesome consciousness all the time. That's why we call unwholesome universal. Here, 12, right? So when we discuss about this unwholesome mental factor, don't have to look at beautiful mental factors. How many one we have? 25, right? Don't have to think about that. Just think about just miscellaneous mental factor 13 and unwholesome mental factors 14. Just look at this, And because they are unwholesome mental factors, when they arise, just arise in unwholesome consciousness only. Right? Yeah, just try. Look at here. Just if we talk about unwholesome consciousness or unwholesome mental factors, 14, they arise in this unwholesome consciousness, 12. Don't have to look at the other consciousness. That's very, easy to find. So, Moha, Arika, Nodaba, Uddhaja, whatever unwholesome consciousness, this 12 kind of this unwholesome consciousness, this Moha, Arika, Nodaba, and Uddhaja arise all the time. And Lobha is the attachment, right? Attachment, Lobha, mental factor. Lobha arises in the 8 types of consciousness. Yeah. Lobha, Mula, unwholesome consciousness, rooted in Lobha, attachment here. Lobha, mental factors, the attachment arises in Lobha, Mula, Chitta only. Only 8. Right? Only 8. And Ditti is the misbelief or wrong view, false view, right? This Ditti is found in the Didikada Sambayutta, unwholesome consciousness accompanied with wrong view. How many one we have? The first is the first 2 Didikada Sambayutta, and 5 and 6 Didikada Sambayutta, only 4, right? Ditti, mental factors, just arise in this Didikada Sambayutta only. Right? You see? When we gain enlightenment, the first enlightenment becomes the stream enterer. We don't have this mind, right? This samyutta. And we don't have ditthi, wrong view, right? Completely eradicated. So, ditthi, 4. And now go to mana. Mana concept. Mana. Mana is found in where? Didikata vipayutta. Among lobha mula citta, we have didikata, samayutta 4, vipayutta 4, right? Just the unwholesome consciousness, this associated with wrong view, didikata vipayutta 4, right? Mana, just resistance, didikata vipayutta.
Not associated with wrong view?
No, yeah. Or disassociated with, wrong view. Without wrong view, right? So here, mana and ditthi cannot arise together. You have to remember that. The ditthi and mana cannot arise together. Why? The commentary say, this the ditthi and mana like the king of lions, two king of lions, the same strength, They cannot stay to the dam, one cave. Why? Ditthi. Why? Ditthi. No, not opposite. Ditthi is this mind, right? This my property, this my body, this mind. Ditthi just have wrong view about the person, about the body, himself, right? Ditthi. Mana is I'm the richest person, I'm cleverest person, I'm the greatest in the world. Mana, concept. That's why they cannot stay together. Cannot stay together. Like that's the one country we cannot have or two presidents, only one, right? That's why ditthi and mana have to separate, cannot arise together. And dosa, itsa, machariya, kukuja. This 4 kind of mental factor just arise in dosa mula citta, right? Unwholesome consciousness accompanied by evil. Here, dosa is hatred, right? Icha is jealousy. Machariya, avarice. Kukuja, remorse. These 4 kind of mental factor just arise in dosa mula citta here. So, when you feel, when you hate someone, get angry with someone, get mad with someone, at that moment your mind is dosa. Just depressed, anxiety, Right? And isa, when we jealousy, at that moment, when you feel jealousy of someone, there is a dosa arise in your mind. Icha. Machariya, stinginess, right? Don't want anyone to come to associate with you, part of you. At that moment also, dosa arises in your mind. A remorse, kukuja, think about what we have done, the bad deed, and then you feel sorrow about that, remorse. At that moment also, dosa. So, hatred and jealousy, avarice, remorse, sorrow, arise in dosa mula citta.
This remorse, is this like a
Oh, no, no one will be better. Yeah, regret, but when I was young, or maybe last year, I do the bad thing. Think about, I'm not supposed to do that. You feel sorrow what you have done, is the bad thing. And also you think, until now, I have not done anything good yet until now. Especially before we die, And you think about, I'm too old. I don't know how to sit meditation. I don't do any meritorious deed. I waste my time. So I just, I'm a bad person. Think about what you have done, the bad thing, what you have not done, the good thing. Just regret, Just, yes, something like that, If you call remorse or regret, guguja, sorrow. So when you feel like that, at that moment, dosa, citta arise. And tina mita, sloth and torpor. The sloth and torpor arise in unwholesome consciousness, prompted consciousness, sankharika. You don't want to do anything, have someone to induce them. The tina mita also, you see, the sickness of the mind, don't want to do, the tina mita, sloth and torpor. And vichikicha is mean doubt, right? Doubt. This doubt, mental factors, is found in where? In vichikicha, in the moha mula citta. This accompanied by doubt. Vichikicha. The name is the same, vichikicha, just the vichikicha mental factor, just resisting vichikicha consciousness. Only one, special only one. Vichikicha. And now, from moha and the vichikicha, altogether 14, right? These 14 mental factors are linked but only with the unwholesome consciousness, as we see here. Right? Now we go to the beautiful mental factors. Saddha, Sobhana sadharana first, right? Sobhana sadharana. See that, right? Sobhana sadharana. This is the beautiful, universal, wholesome consciousness. How many one we have? 19, right? 19. This 19 mental factors arise. Just look at the beautiful consciousness. How many one beautiful consciousness? Yeah, 59. Yeah, 59. So, very easy. 19 is the beautiful, universal mental factors arise in beautiful consciousness 59. Right? Except unwholesome consciousness and fruitless consciousness. So, this one, okay. Virati. Okay, go to virati. What is virati? Abstinences. Virati, right? Samavacha, right speech, right? Sama kamanda, right action. Sama achiva, right livelihood. These three kind of mental factors, we got abstinence. We already have here. Last week we already studied about that, right? See that, right? It's the abstinences 3. These 3 types of mental factors arise in 16 types of consciousness, right? 16, look at here, very easy. Look at here. Kamavajara, right? Kamavajara, wholesome consciousness. How many one we have? 8, right? Wholesome consciousness, 8. And Subramanian consciousness, briefly, 8. Part 4 and foot 4, right? 8. This is the 8 plus 8, 16. Just 16 type of consciousness. Right? 16. Broadly, here 8, Subramanian consciousness, 48. You can say 16 or you can say 48. Both is correct. And Abhidhamma. Abhidhamma is the limitless, inimitable mental factors. 2. Karuna and Mudita. Right? Karuna, compassion. Mudita, appreciative joy or sympathetic joy. The 2 mental factors arise in 28 types of consciousness. Right? 28 types of consciousness. What are they? Look at here. Easy. Look at here. 28, right? Wholesome Kamavajara, wholesome consciousness. A. And Kamavajara, functional consciousness. A. And here, the first Rupa Jhana 3, second Jhana 3, third Jhana 3, fourth Jhana 3, 12, right? 12 and this is 16, 28. Oh no, I will tell you that later, because the Abhidhamma, unwholesome consciousness, depend on the object. Karuna, Mudita, their object is the illimitable being. This resultant consciousness, this as is itself, they are resultant. It's not wholesome, That's why just only wholesome consciousness for all people, except Arahant. This wholesome consciousness, maybe compassion, or you feel, you want to help someone, just embrace the sorrow, the painful or afflicted person, being. So it depends on the object. So at that moment, if we're happy about someone who are prosperous, this wholesome consciousness arises. For Arahant also, they feel happy with someone who is prosperous. That's why here, functional consciousness also can arise. But resultant consciousness is for the Dharamana, registering their function, just for Bhavanga, for the rebirth consciousness. That's why just for this Kusala, right? Kusala is wholesome consciousness and functional consciousness. Look at here, just accept this fifth jhana, right? Sublime consciousness, we have here Rupavajara, 15, and Arupavajara, 12, difficult, sublime consciousness. Excluding this 15, there's 12 types of the sublime consciousness, and Kamavajara, wholesome consciousness A, and functional consciousness A, 28 types of consciousness. So for Abhidhamma. For Panyintriya, wisdom. Now, this wisdom rests in the 47th type of consciousness. 47. What is 47? Panya cannot arise in unwholesome consciousness, cannot arise in rootless consciousness, cannot arise in without knowledge, should be knowledge, jnana sampayutta. Here we have kama vajara, sense sphere, beautiful consciousness, how many jnana sampayutta with knowledge? 4, right? As the resultant consciousness 4, function consciousness 4, so we have the consciousness accompanied by wisdom, we have 12, right? 12. And sublime consciousness and lokutara, even you don't call here jnana sampayutta, exactly with knowledge. Without knowledge you cannot gain, jhana. That's why here we have 12 here, and sublime and supramundane consciousness, just 27 and 8, 35, 35 and 12, 47, right? 47. Just look at the wisdom is arise in consciousness accompanied by knowledge, accompanied by wisdom. 47, right? 47. Now this for what's the mental factors arise in what consciousness as the Sampayoga method. Here, look at here, Anyata Yogi Jitasika. Anyata Yogi means Anyata, unfit adjunct. Right? Get it? See it, right? Okay. So, Anyata Yogi, they call Anyata Yogi, 11. So Issa Michariya Kukucha 3. Right? This means when they arise separately and occasionally. Right? Here, separate is what is meant separate. Here, look at the Issa Michariya Kukucha, the three mental factors where they arise. There are dosa here. Dosa mula chitta, right? When they arise, they can arise with this chitta, but separately. They cannot arise together at the same time. At the same time cannot arise. Should be separately. If jealousy arises in dosa mula chitta, this Michariya, stinginess, kukucha, remorse cannot arise. Why? Different object. Right? Different object. It's feel jealousy with someone's group body outside. Yeah, cannot arise together. Stinginess is the average. It's concerned about own group body, oneself, right? That's why their objects that's different. That's why they cannot arise together. Should be separately. And kukuja also here. Think about oneself, a remorse. So when you remorse, regret, at that moment you cannot feel jealousy at the same time. Right? Cannot feel same thing. That's why these three types of the mental factor, when they arise, should be separate. Even they can arise in dosa mula chitta, should be separately, and occasionally. Occasionally it's not mean whenever the dosa mula chitta arise, this jealousy, average remorse should be arise. It's not like that. Occasionally, sometimes, when you feel jealousy, arise. Even you get angry, it's not concerned about jealousy. It can arise. Understand, right? There is stinginess. When you get angry with someone, it's not regard to stinginess, average. So this Machariya cannot arise. Just sometimes when you feel jealousy, it arises. When you feel stinginess, Machariya arises. When you feel remorse, Kukucha arises. 3, right? Separately and occasionally. It's nature of our mind and mental factors. And these three types of these mental factors that don't occur simultaneously but arise at one particular moment. Only one. And virati here. Virati. Sama vacha, sama kamana, sama ajiva, right? Right speech, right action, right livelihood. These 3 kinds of mental factors, when they arise, where they arise? Virati. Kama vajra, wholesome consciousness 8, and Subramanian consciousness 8, right? But separately and occasionally. Separately is mean here. Separately, look at page 6, bottom. See that, right? Page number 6, bottom. This 3 virati mental factor arise in the 8 kama vajra wholesome consciousness. Yes, separately. Sometimes, occasionally, sometimes only. Only when abstaining from evil speech. What type of mental factor arise? Abstaining from evil speech. Just sama vaja arises. Sama kamana, sama ajiva cannot arise. Okay? Or when abstaining from evil deed, sama kamana, right action arises. Right? Sama vaja and sama ajiva cannot arise. When the abstaining from wrong livelihood and the sama ajiva arises, sama vaja and sama kamana cannot arise. Right? This means separately. Separately. When the person abstains from evil speech, the other 2 cannot arise. So and so. Understand that. But in kama vajra wholesome consciousness, right? Because this kama vajra wholesome consciousness, they are refraining from committing evil thought, word, deed, and livelihood. Just sometimes, when we pay respect to the Buddha, sama vaja, sama kamana, sama anjiva is not concerned. Sometimes, even when you sit meditation, at that moment, kama vajra, wholesome consciousness rise, right? But it's not concerned about abstaining from, evil speech, evil deed, evil law, wrong livelihood. That's why some viriddi cannot arise at that moment. But wholesome consciousness arises, but viriddi cannot arise. Just when we abstaining from evil speech,
Samma vaca arises.
when abstaining from evil deed, samma kamanda,
Arises.
when abstaining from wrong livelihood, samma ajiva,
Arises.
right? Or like you, or someone say, oh you, if you sell alcohol, it's just good business for Las Vegas, it's just you to open the, bar. It's, I don't want to do that. Just, it's not good livelihood. At that moment, your mind is the wholesome consciousness, with knowledge, jnana sambayutta. At that moment, this the samma ajiva
Arises.
regardless your livelihood, right? So if someone says, oh, you have to say something to him, talk a bad word. Someone says, oh, I don't want to talk a bad word. I don't want to lie. Someone suggests you to lie someone, I don't want to lie. Your mind don't want to lie. At that moment, wholesome consciousness arises. At that moment, samma vaca
Arises. But Samma Kamanda and Samma Ajiva can arise.
When they arise in supraabundant consciousness, it's not separately, just together. Together here. When they arise the 8 or 40 supraabundant consciousness, by almost of crushing evil speech, evil deed, and wrong livelihood, for there is no job for them in this jitta to crush evil speech, evil deed, and wrong livelihood. Just at the one time they eradicate it, because the magga jitta, this can completely eradicate all evil and livelihood at once. It's not necessary to occur again. That's why when we gain enlightenment, this magga jitta arise, this viriddi, samma vaca, samma kamma, samma jiva, at the same time. Simultaneously, they arise together. Therefore, for the supraabundant consciousness, for this kamajara, wholesome consciousness, separately. Right? For the supraabundant consciousness, it's at the same time, and all at once, and always, whenever magga citta arise, phala citta arise, this the viriddi arise all the time. Always. Understand this too, right? Viriddi, when arise the kama wholesome consciousness, separately and occasionally. When they arise in Lokuttara Citta supraabundant consciousness, they arise at one time, right? All at once and always.
So it's a state.
Yeah. When it was the magga citta, phala citta arise, this viriddi arise all the time. Yeah. It's the different, even we say viriddi, 3 abstinences, they arise in this maha kusala, right? This kamajara, wholesome consciousness, and lokuttara supraabundant consciousness. But we have to know what is the difference of them. Okay. For viriddi, okay. Abhamanya, we go to Abhamanya right now. Abhamanya. Abba manya, karuna and mudita. Karuna, compassion, mudita, appreciative joy. These two kinds of mental factors arise separately and occasionally. See, this Abba manya, where they arise? These are kusala, kamavajara, wholesome consciousness, A, right? Kamavajara, functional consciousness, A, and Rubhavajara, first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, 12, 28, right? 28. When it arises then separately, why is the separate arise? Because the object is different. The object of karuna, compassion, is the embraces sorrow afflicted being. Right? For the mudita, appreciative joy, the embraces prosperous being. Object different. So when you, I feel I would like to help this person, because he will suffer. And then what type of abhamanya arise? Karuna. When you feel, they are very rich, they're very clever, they were, prosperous, and you feel happy about them, mudita. When mudita arises, karuna cannot arise. Or karuna, compassion, cannot arise at the same time. Should be separately. And occasionally, just sometimes when you feel pity about the painful, afflicted being, at that moment, karuna arises. When you sit meditation, there's a wholesome consciousness, right? Sit meditation, kamaya, wholesome consciousness, one of eight arises. Karuna may not arise. Depend on when stick to object, And when the wholesome consciousness arises, karuna should be arise all the time. It's not like that, occasionally. For the mudita also, when you feel you see the beggar, and you feel pity about him, and you take the $1, give to him. And then, at that moment, what type of consciousness arises? Wholesome consciousness arises. At that moment, mudita will arise? No. Depend on the object. We take